problem is the thinking within the sector, because most people don't give a crap about the care workers. One care worker might generate £50,000 for a business every year. And when you think about that, and you think, well, if I was so Bally, you're in recruitment, and if I was a £50,000 a year client, I expect you'd know my kids' names, when my birthday is, and I'd be getting a Christmas hamper from you, right? Care workers, hey, sorry, Samantha's left. Joanne, you're next. And it's just a revolving floor of people. And I think that is our problem. We don't have systems around retention of people. And that is something that we really obsess over as a business. And there's a wonderful book called Saving Social Care by Neil Eastwood that I'd really recommend that you pick up and get into, which talks about that system of recruitment and retention. The other big problem that we have is that everyone misses the point as to how to build these businesses. Everyone thinks, well, are you going to help me get a local authority contract, Amrit? Well, no, I'm not actually, because what's going to happen with your local authority contract is that you're going to be losing money on that on average. 28% of local authorities around the country on Home Care Association's last report found that there are 28% of local authorities that are paying an illegal rate to providers. They are paying below what you will be paying if you were paying your care worker minimum wage, paying sensible taxes, travel, and so on. It's a third of local authorities. And the rest of them are basically not paying enough for you to turn a profit. The whole business is run on the back of entrepreneurs. And so we talk about profit being a dirty word, but actually without it, you can't run a safe business. You can't run a successful business. And I think that a majority of independent businesses, this is where a lot of them go wrong. I put Simon in touch with the chap afterwards, and I said, look, I think you need some business coaching and a new accountant. And he was saying, well, if I take loads of this work on, will I be profitable? And I sat down at the Costa around the corner with him, and I said, right, have you got a back of an envelope, and let's just do some numbers here. And what we found was that he was making about 48 pence an hour after all expenses were gone, if he's lucky, for him to pay for his manager, his very expensive insurance, and all of the rest of it. 48 pence an hour. And he thought, well, I'm getting 20-something pounds from the local authority. I'm paying the carer 12 pounds or whatever it might be. Of course, there's some margin here. And therein lies the problem. We don't have that numbers piece. What we find is that enough activity of relationship building will result in lead flow from a private market coming into the business. And that will result in a profitable business. That means that not only do you, as a shareholder, turn a healthy profit, but also you are able to run a safe business.